headphones, REW, and sine wave tone. So I was thinking of a test earlier to what if I wear headphones and then have a sine wave tone play and listen to the tone coming from a specific speaker in the room, and all I have to do is to check to see if I think it's in polarity, because there might be some doubt of whether it might be, or maybe it's reverse polarity, because things can get confusing, really confusing out there in the field sometimes, especially when I've got cats and I'm in the kitchen and all I get is meow meow meow, because I'm in the kitchen and that's naturally where the food is for my cats, and I get a little bit distracted, you can get a little confused, you can possibly miswire something, or the polarity, positive, negative, reversed, and of course essentially the cone movement is not going forward motion, it's going reverse motion. It's very difficult to see that sort of action sort of thing, unless you put a 9 volt a 1.5 volt battery on there, and you can see forward cone motion on the base driver and the mid-range driver. With a careful eye and with some light at an angle, you can just see the tweeter just go up, and then anyway, so headphones. It's connected onto the Storm Audio's optical output, a little mini headphone amplifier, which is sufficient. So I put the headphones on. I've got an 8 Hz tone playing on the and of course it's coupled. I can still hear my voice talk just as you would still hear your voice talk even if I got. So I'll generate an 80 Hz in the room on the center channel, and if I go down to the polarity on the DCX and reverse it, I can tell the signal has gone down, it's dropped. So okay, I know that there the polarity is okay on the center channel, because there's so many speakers in the room, and I would have to go onto the Storm Audio to isolate certain channels and only have specific ones output a tone or sine wave. I think you can still hear the same time wave being, but it sounds very weird. It's not loud level on the headphones here. It's not loud level. It's very, very low level. It's the little mini headphone thing, which is called a Fosse. What's it called? A Fosse analog digital converter Q4, I think, or 4Q. It's a little affordable little mini little thing. It's up there on the rack. It's up there. So I take the headphones off, listen to the sine wave tone there. Actually, I may turn the fader up just a little bit. The fader level, mind you, doesn't have any control on the optical, because the optical lead is outputting from the Storm and then going into, so the volume control is on the Wasset, and that's up at max level. And so I've got minus 31.5 dB on there. That probably doesn't mean anything, unless I was checking things with a voltmeter or maybe on the oscilloscope or whatever. I'm just going to turn the fader up just a little bit. I might do another test right off. Let's see. It's very tricky, mind you, so I have to mute the sub there. Well, it sounds like sub. It's because 8 Hz, isn't it? Okay, just checking the SPL meter and put it close to the. Okay, set the SPL range. It's very crude. Okay, put it there. Set that level a bit lower. I'll squeeze it sometimes because it's getting a bit jaded, this meter. Just needs upkeeping. Well, getting an SPL reading now. It's very difficult to get it in position. It's hard to say. Mind you, it's a little bit open, so I'm not coupling something round it. If I were to use, because when it's on your ears, it's coupled. But okay, I'll try and take some of that reading, and see what it's like on that. Alright, so okay, maybe about 70. I don't know. Put the cans on. Sounds very unusual. Not too unusual. It's not unusual to play sub-tone tone waves. And reverse the polarity, and I can hear the sound's just gone completely from there and then just dropped down. Let me try phase. If it'll do anything on the DCX, it should do. I'll just sweep the variable phase on the DCX up and down between 0 and 180. I can hear something, but it's very vague. It's not like a big change and shift in the sound. But yeah, that works. Let's try it. Okay, I'm still here. I'm going to go down a bit lower in frequency, down to 40 Hz. Reverse the polarity. Can't really notice a difference. And I'll mute the screen channel. Turn it back on. I notice the increase. Let's try again with the reverse polarity. Sounds like when I go to reverse polarity, it sounds like the tone of the 40 has gone up a fraction. So if I go down to 31.5 Hz, reverse the polarity, yeah, the signal's gone down. Put it back to normal polarity, signal's gone up. Yeah, so yeah, it does work. It does work with the headphones, and otherwise, you have two speakers playing there and there, left and then center, and then you go over and then you play center and right, and then and then left and right, and then all of them at the same time, to see whether the signal is going up, because it should increase. There should be an increase there in the. But yeah, if I go down lower, 25 Hz, it's interesting. I can notice that's on some JBL vintage cinema speakers. I can just notice a kind of wavy, very mild, very strange. But put it on the cans. Hang on, let me just mute the. And then turn off the sine wave on there. It seems a little bit soft because don't forget the headphones, they might have a different frequency roll off. So I'm just going to take up the level a little bit. 29, 30. Try about 29.8. Okay. adjust the polarity, turn on the speaker, and then reverse polarity. And it's very difficult there to tell. I'll play a 500 Hz sine wave. So I've got to get the level adjusted because, hang on, yeah, it sounds like the level on the headphones sound a little bit too loud compared to the loudness out there. Just turn down the level on the about 40 dB there, and then turn it back on there, turn the gain level up on the DCX, go to polarity. Actually, it's very complicated, this one. Try it on the HF horn. Yeah, I can hear that. That sounds weird, that does. 500 Hz on the headphones, and then it seems like it's gone up and that gone down. Well, interesting. If I'm at this angle, even though I've got 500 Hz going here, 500 Hz going there, there's no change in standing wave, apart from I can still hear the sound coming from the speaker, and I'm reversing polarity up and down. If I put that to normal, sounds like the signal's gone up a bit. And if I put it back to negative polarity, sounds like the signal's gone down. Don't forget that the HF horn compression drivers, the dome shape thing is faced in the opposite direction. Normally it would face toward, if it was in a JBL, one of those dome tweeter mid-range driver things, and because it's on the back of the compression driver and the phase plug is here and the diaphragm goes over, normally that would have a forward motion going that way, going this way. So it's got to have the polarity reverse, so it's going more or less this way. So when it comes to the bass driver and you match the signals together, they should sum up rather than subtract. Yeah. So it's just doing some checks there, and it sounds like, yeah, it does sound like, yeah. But I know it's going in the opposite direction. Anyway, it works. This side is not bad. I don't know if it worked very well on high frequency. I haven't got that far yet to test, because it'd be very complicated to do it on high frequencies, because wearing the headphones slightly and the level of the you know, when you put the things on, it's going to mask some of that high frequency sound, depending on the frequency. Depends on the frequency. Anyway, it's not a bad test, that. It's good on low frequencies.